Scientific validation of the Brahma kumaris dietary practice, avoiding onions and garlic. The Brahma kumaris, a globally esteemed spiritual organization, advocate for a pure vegetarian diet that excludes onions and garlic. This dietary choice is deeply intertwined with their spiritual practices, emphasizing mental clarity, emotional stability, and spiritual growth. While traditionally rooted in spiritual wisdom, emerging scientific research provides substantial evidence supporting the exclusion of these allium family vegetables from the diet. This presentation elucidates the scientific underpinnings that validate the Brahma kumaris dietary principles, focusing on the physiological and neurological impacts of onions and garlic. 1. Chemical composition and biological activity. Sulfur-based compounds. Both onions and garlic are rich in sulfur-containing compounds, including sulfoxides and allicin. These compounds serve as the plant's defense mechanisms, deterring pests and pathogens through their potent biochemical activity. 1. Allicin, found predominantly in garlic. Allicin, 2-propenyl thiosulfonate, is responsible for its strong aroma and antimicrobial properties. However, its large molecular structure restricts its action primarily to direct contact with pathogens. 1. Lacrimatory factor. Onions produce a compound known as the lacrimatory factor, synpropanethiol S oxide, which causes irritation to the eyes and nasal passages upon tissue damage. 1. Implications for human health. While these compounds are effective in plant defense, their interaction with the human body can have unintended consequences. The volatile nature of these compounds leads to systemic physiological effects beyond their immediate antimicrobial action. 2. Neurological impact on the brain. Blood-brain barrier penetration. Dr. Robert C. Beck's research reveals that certain compounds in garlic, specifically the sulfone hydroxyl ion, can penetrate the blood-brain barrier. 23. This property is analogous to dimethyl sulfoxide, DMSO, known for its ability to traverse biological membranes. Desynchronization of brain waves. Beck discovered that garlic consumption leads to desynchronized brain waves, adversely affecting cognitive functions. This was notably observed in flight engineers during the 1950s, who experienced significantly impaired reaction times after garlic intake. 23. Cognitive and emotional effects. Impaired concentration and reaction time. The ingestion of garlic was linked to reduced cognitive performance, including decreased concentration and slower reaction times. 23. Emotional instability. Traditional systems like Ayurveda and Taoism, supported by scientific observations, associate allium consumption with increased agitation, anxiety, and aggression. 4. These emotional disturbances can hinder mental clarity and emotional balance, which are pivotal in Brahma Kumari spiritual practices. 3. Physiological adverse effects. Gastrointestinal disturbances. Scientific studies have documented that onions and garlic can cause various digestive issues, including acid reflux and heartburn. Consumption of raw onions has been linked to exacerbated acid reflux symptoms. 5. Intestinal gas and diarrhea. Onions and garlic can induce excessive gas production and diarrhea in susceptible individuals. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Allergic reactions. Allium vegetables are known allergens for some individuals, leading to symptoms such as respiratory irritation. The lacrimatory factor in onions can cause respiratory discomfort and eye irritation. 1. Skin reactions. Contact with garlic can result in dermatitis and other skin irritations. 1. Microbial impact. While onions and garlic possess antimicrobial properties, they do not discriminate between harmful and beneficial bacteria. This indiscriminate antimicrobial action can disrupt the gut microbiota, essential for proper digestive and immune function. 4. Cultural and traditional prohibitions. The avoidance of onions and garlic transcends the Brahma kumaris, being a common thread in various spiritual and cultural traditions worldwide. Taoism recognizes alliums as detrimental to the balance of the body's vital organs, causing negative effects on the liver, spleen, lungs, kidneys, and heart. 4. Ayurveda categorizes onions and garlic as tamasic foods, inducing lethargy and clouded judgment. 4. Reiki and traditional Chinese medicine consider these vegetables as substances that disrupt the body's energy flow, necessitating their exclusion for maintaining spiritual and physical harmony. 4. Buddhism, Vaishnavism, and Jainism strictly avoid alliums to preserve mental peace and support meditation practices. 4. Historical accounts from ancient Greek and Roman societies also reflect a negative perception of garlic, associating it with vulgarity and undesirable traits. 4. 5. Balancing beneficial and detrimental effects. While onions and garlic are often praised for their health benefits, including antimicrobial and cardiovascular protective properties, their detrimental effects on cognitive function and emotional stability present a significant trade-off. For practitioners of the Brahma kumaris, who prioritize mental and spiritual well-being, the negative impacts outweigh the physical benefits, justifying their exclusion from the diet. 4. 6. Empirical evidence supporting dietary exclusion. The personal account highlighted at the outset underscores the practical implications of allium consumption on academic and professional performance. The immediate decline in research quality and subsequent paper rejection were attributed to the consumption of onions, reinforcing the link between allium intake and impaired cognitive function. Conclusion. The Brahma kumaris' practice of avoiding onions and garlic is substantiated by a growing body of scientific evidence that highlights the negative physiological and neurological impacts of these allium vegetables. The sulfur-based compounds in onions and garlic not only disrupt digestive health but also impair cognitive functions and emotional stability. Coupled with long-standing cultural and spiritual prohibitions, the exclusion of onions and garlic emerges as a scientifically and traditionally validated approach to enhancing mental clarity, emotional balance, and spiritual growth.